Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
What the hell's going on here, man? I mean, what is going on? Testes, 1, 2. Testes. Is this thing on testes, 1, 2. Testes, 1, 2, 3. Anyway, folks, my apologies for the couple of minutes delay. We were having some technical difficulties. I don't know what the hell's going on the Blog Talk Radio end. I hope that we've got it all rectified. Do we got everything rectified, engineer? All right, well, stop getting all upset. Look, I'm just as upset. My apologies, folks. Thank you very much for tuning in with me on another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost, and once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started on anything else, I'd like to remind everybody this is episode number 476. Episode number 476 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And once again, we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores. PoliticsGhost is the name to follow. And, once again, I'm also on Gab, folks, which is the Twitter alternative, but I'm not too crazy about that. And, look, we talked about it before. I don't want to get into it, all right? Now that we got that all out of the way, my apologies once again for, I don't know what the hell's going on. Every time I tried to connect to the Blog Talk Radio server, it just kept saying, I'm sorry, we are having technical difficulties with all, just shut up and connect me to my show, please. Just shut your stupid stinking hole and just connect me to my show. Anyway, folks, my apologies here. Let me go ahead and get right into it, folks, because what's happening right now? What's happening is there is a delay in the Ryan Care vote. Oh, how quaint. And as a result, folks, this is what has made the market kind of slide into the negative. I mean, we were actually having some pretty decent volatility today, which I was rather surprised considering all the news that's coming out of Washington, D.C. as it pertains to the debate of this health care bill. The latest news as it pertains to this health care bill, it is delayed at this point in time, folks. It is delayed. I think that's just a saving face mechanism for Paul Ryan because his whole political career, in my view, is on the line as it pertains to this health care bill. And I think just because he hasn't been able to get Republicans in line in this particular context, it proves that his leadership is nullified. He has no leadership. And I think it goes down to when he was first brought in to the Speaker of the House post Boehner, He didn't do anything. I mean, all he did as Speaker of the House during the Obama administration was allow Obama to just go ahead and have a blank check. All the spending bills, the omnibus bills, and all this. I mean, he did nothing. And now that this health care bill, Ryan Care is what it's being dubbed out here in the media, because it has failed, it has shown the incompetence of Paul Ryan as a leader in the Republican Party. And to be honest with you, the market's reacting accordingly, because if they can't pass health care, what makes you think they're going to pass the tax cut that many of the investors in the investment community right now are waiting for and anticipating? So that's what everybody is waiting for. They cannot seem to grasp that these Republicans, which have a dominant Congress, a dominant executive branch, the same position Barack Obama was in when he was elected during his first tenure in 2009. I mean, back then, at least these idiot Democrats, because they were all on board for obviously kamikazing the damn country down to oblivion. Look at where we're at now. At least they were all on board, with throwing the country down the tubes. You know what I mean? I'm not even joking around. I mean, they were all on board. They were passing everything. There was no kind of opposition within the party on anything. All right? Anything. I mean, they were the ones that passed stimulus package 2, folks. I have to keep reiterating this. The Democrats, they were the ones that passed stimulus package 2, the largest wealth transfer in world history. It was $1 trillion that was transferred from the taxpayer to the people that donated to the campaign contribution accounts of one Barack Obama and the Democrats. Go ahead and audit and itemize audit each and every goddamn entity, person, corporation that got money in that stimulus package 2 bill, and you take a look at all the people right now that are vocal against our president, and you're going to find a direct correlation, folks. I'm not joking. I keep saying this because I want somebody to go out there and do it. Go out there and itemize audit each and every person, each and every entity, each and every organization, each and every corporation that got money in the stimulus package 2 bill during the tenure of Obama's first term, during the democratically dominated Congress. They passed stimulus package 2, folks, and you take a look at everybody right now, Hollywood, the mainstream media, all these bigwigs, anybody who is vocal against the current administration, anyone right now that is against and vocally against this current administration in Donald Trump, it makes all the sense in the world when you read the stimulus package 2 and see who got money. These are the same faces that got money in stimulus package 2, folks. This is why the opposition against our president is so unified. It has nothing to do with anything idealistic. These people have been paid off. These people are loyal to the Democratic Party because they know if the Democrats take control again that there will be another cash grab, there will be another cash giveaway, and that's all there is to it. So anyway, with that being said, let me continue going on here because this is what's spooking the markets right at this point in time. It's the fact that all these investors in the investment community are waiting. They're anticipating. They've got, for a lack of a better term, a hard-on for these Trump tax cuts. They know that this is going to inject some economic productivity into this country. It's going to increase the job market. It's going to increase the growth projections for many corporations. And not to mention, if they can pass this infrastructure bill that Donald Trump has been touting throughout the campaign, that will also increase many of the stocks in the stock market at this point in time. So we got a lot of people out here waiting. You have a lot of investors waiting for these tax cuts. But if the damn Republicans can't come together as it pertains to a repeal of Obamacare, then what does that say about the tax cuts? That's why you have the investment community right now a little shook. They don't know how to react to this at this point. So that's why we're witnessing this type of turbulence in the market today. First of all, I didn't even know why the markets were up today to begin with. I mean, maybe these people on Wall Street don't delve into the political world as much as we do in the True Capitalist radio broadcast, but they need to, okay? We knew this was dead on arrival a long time ago. If you're listening to this broadcast, you knew that this was dead on arrival, and the reason is because the folks that are a part of the Freedom Caucus, of course, Rand Paul is a part of that. They are in opposition of this bill based upon the fact that it does not get rid of a mandate fine. It pushes the mandate away from the IRS from enforcing the mandate and gives it to the insurance companies to enforce the mandate. For you folks that are unaware, under Obamacare, if you do not have health insurance, you are fined at the end of the year by the IRS. And you need to pay that fine, or else there could be some potential serious implications because of it. Well, RyanCare, Paul Ryan's version of health care, takes away that, and it makes people believe on face value that, okay, great, there's no more federalization of me buying health care. The government's not forcing me to buy health care anymore. Yay, we're out of Obamacare. No, it's not. What RyanCare does is push the ability of inflicting that fine upon the person that has not had health insurance for 63-plus days or more. So if you're uninsured for 63-plus days or more, the fine can be imposed on you on the next insurance company that you try to apply for to get covered. So, and if you don't pay that fine that's implemented on the insurance end, which is legal under RyanCare, then you ain't getting insured. And the fine is even higher than the Obamacare penalty that was implemented by the IRS under Obamacare, or enforced, I should say, by the IRS under Obamacare. So right off the bat, you've got a lot of people in the Republican Freedom Caucus that are like, wait a minute, this is a bunch of crap. I'm not going to sit over here and vote for Obamacare Light. And secondly, folks, the premiums, all right, they go up. They continue to go up. This plan that Ryan has put forth does not curb the idea of higher premiums. They're going to continue to get higher. The whole purpose of repealing and replacing Obamacare was to bring these sons of bitches down, for heaven's sake. And that's not the case. So with that being said, folks, these are the two key issues that are keeping Republicans in the Freedom Caucus against this bill. And instead of actually putting his money where his mouth is, old Paul Ryan, he decides to delay the bill vote today, because it was scheduled today, folks, to be voted on. And you even had the president trying to sell this to the American people. And look, I don't blame the president. I'm going to tell you what the president is doing as it pertains to RyanCare. And I know I'm getting a little political here, folks, but the politics of RyanCare and the House delaying the vote on this health care bill shows a lot of things. But the first thing it doesn't show that Ryan is a competent leader. Now, as it pertains to Trump needs to rely on the party. Because if he doesn't, he's going to have the majority of the party, as it already is, but he's going to have the majority of the party, even to Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack, the Republicans are going to be kind of like how Lindsey Graham and John McCain are to Trump, openly just degrading the man, libeling and slandering, I mean, just the whole 9 yards. Every day you hear John McCain talking garbage about Donald Trump. Every day you hear Lindsey Graham talking garbage about Donald Trump, completely trying to undermine the presidency. You know, if Donald Trump didn't kind of play politics with the Republican Party, the majority of the Republican Party would come at Donald Trump in that capacity. All right, and when, you've got the lamestream media against you, you've got, obviously certain elements of the deep state, obviously the Democrats, certain establishment Republicans, you don't want to piss off the whole party. So what Donald Trump is doing by letting Paul Ryan own this health care reform is a literal 4 or 5 dimensional chess move. Because in the end, what it shows one of many things. First thing it shows is the incompetence, once again, of Paul Ryan, if he cannot get this bill done. It's justification to bring Paul Ryan down to size and remove him from House Speaker. And at the same time, it gives Trump the opportunity, if Paul Ryan, and it looks like he has proved himself incompetent today with the delay of this health care vote, if Donald Trump justifies removing Paul Ryan from the Speaker of the House, then that reshuffles the whole leadership of the Republican establishment, which I believe Trump knew and had in the bag all along. Trump is dealing with a lot of different things at this point. He's got a lot on his plate. And since Paul Ryan likes to tout himself as Mr. Fiscal Conservative, and how Paul Ryan likes to brand himself as if he's Mr. Superhero Politician, he let Paul Ryan own health care. He let Paul Ryan own health care, and as a result, he's going to die with health care. When I mean that, I'm talking politically. I think this is it for Paul Ryan. I mean, and it shows the Republican Party right now is at a crossroads. And that crossroads is where the direction of the party is going when the restructuring of leadership is finally enforced, because I don't know how the Republicans can continue to allow this young punk, Paul Ryan, who's proven himself not to be a leader, and to be honest with you, he was put there. He was put there. And there was no justification for him being House Speaker. The whole reason why he was House Speaker was because he was the running mate to Mitt Romney during the 2012 campaign. Now, why was Paul Ryan chosen to be the running mate of Mitt Romney? Well, it just happens to be a coincidence, folks, that Paul Ryan's brother, Tobin Ryan, happened to work at Bain Capital. And guess who made their millions at Bain Capital? Mitt Romney, okay? I mean, this is what it all comes down to. It's a good old boy network establishment bunch of crap. Do you get why during the campaign that Mitt Romney was trying to talk garbage to Donald Trump? Do you get why all these establishment players are trying to do whatever it's in their power to try to undermine this man? Donald Trump is going to rock the establishment, and they know it. And I believe that with the failure of this health care bill, it will give Trump leverage to demand new leadership in the Republican Party. And I expect Donald Trump to start calling for this in probably the next 24 hours if something isn't done in the wee hours of the morning.
Calling the beautifully redesigned 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA simply a four-door coupe is like describing a world-class athlete as just a good runner. With its sleek profile and powerful turbocharged engine, the CLA offers agility and design that are unmatched in its class, and it's available now at an exceptional price. Why drive any four-door coupe when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA? Visit mbusa.com/CLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
That's right, folks. I mean, this is all good old boy network stuff. And the people that are behind the undermining of our president are all involved in this good old boy network, and that's why this president wants to dismember and disassemble that crap. Enough of bureaucratic good old boy networks. It's time for Americana to come back here, folks, and that's why this is our last line in the sand as it pertains to taking back this government from the bureaucrats. I mean, we are the people. This is a government made for the people and by the people, and the actions by the deep state, the actions by the lamestream media, the actions by the political class prove to us that these folks are our enemies, and they don't want us, the people, to have control of the government. They want to control the government, and actions speak louder than words. So once again, folks, I didn't mean to get off on the soliloquy about this particular issue, but the bottom line is it seems as if the health care bill is DOA, dead on arrival. They're trying to delay it, but I don't know what there is to delay. I mean, Donald Trump let Paul Ryan own this thing, and now Paul Ryan has got to go down with this thing. I mean, the bottom line is there should be calls for Paul Ryan to be removed if he cannot get the Republican Party together around an issue that is a no-brainer. I mean, they were against Obamacare when the damn thing was being initiated. They were against Obamacare when the damn thing was implemented. Now that they're in power, what, they can't agree to just get rid of the damn thing? I'm just saying, folks. And listen, let's just get to the markets because we got a lot of things to talk about politics-wise. And I know there's a lot of folks in here that listen to the first hour for financial commentary, so let's go ahead and get to it. Take a look at the intraday charts on all indexes, folks. I mean, we were flying high during the day, and then all of a sudden, the delay vote came out from Washington, D.C. on this health care bill, and then everything just went sliding. So let's go ahead and get to the Dow Jones Industrial. It is down today 4.72 points, a percentage decrease of 0.02%. Closing out the Dow at 20,656.58 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. We've got the S&P down 2.49 points, a percentage decrease of 0.11%. Closing out the S&P at 2,345.96 points for the S&P 500. We've got the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is also down 3.95 points. A percentage decrease of 0.07%, closing out the NASDAQ at 5,817.69 points for the NASDAQ composite. Once again, you take a look at the intraday charts on each and every one of these indexes, and you can see the dip when the damn House delays the vote on this health care bill. And I'm telling you, Ryan should be removed as Speaker. If you can't pass this bill, and you know, I don't mean to get off on another soliloquy, but all of a sudden these Republicans are now finding common ground. Have you heard this Senate vote that recently happened here today? They all came together to repeal internet privacy protocols and giving ISPs access to what the hell you are actually downloading as a user of their service and sell that data to advertisers. Oh yeah, Republicans can always get, not just Republicans, but the bureaucrats, the political class, because, folks, this is the same crap, different plate. I've always said it. I've said that the Republicans and Democrats are the same party. They're a political class system. That's why Ryan Care doesn't look that much different than Obamacare. That's why when Trump was on the campaign trail in 2016, he was taken back. How 1 minute these politicians are going after each other by the jugular, and then after the cameras are down and after there's no more talking heads giving them a microphone in their face, they're out there at the goddamn cocktail bar, chummy and talking shop like nothing ever happened. I mean, it's a bizarre, psychopathic type of situation what we have in Washington, D.C. today, folks. That's why I'm saying, we the people, this is our last chance to take control of this government. And remember, this was a government made for the people and by the people. It said so. But as you can see, the political class, the damn lamestream media, and the deep state do not want the people to have control of the government. They don't want it. They don't want it. Anyway, folks, let's get to commodities here. Since we saw a decrease in equities, let's see if anything was reflected. Look, there's a lot of uncertainty out here. This House delay vote kind of hit Wall Street at the end of the day. And I don't think that Wall Street fully was able to react to what was going on as it pertained to this delay in the vote on health care. I mean, this is showing the incompetence of the Republican Party. I mean, how are the Republicans going to negotiate through tax cuts if they can't repeal and replace Obamacare? And, folks, I mean, what pisses me off is that the Republicans This was their issue that they were against. They were unified against this during Obama's tenure, and now that they're at power, they can't even agree to how to get rid of the damn thing. Good God. Anyway, people are saying that they can't connect to the show here. Let me go ahead and put in another link to the show. Here it is. I'm tweeting another link for whatever reason if you can't get to it. Or go to blogtalkradio.com/ghost, and you should be able to click the live link through there, folks, if you're having technical difficulties, all right? blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Look, I'm sorry. I have no idea what the hell's going on with Blog Talk Radio right now. There's some technical difficulties going on. It's beyond my control. My apologies once again. Anyway, let's continue going. Let's get to the commodities. Energy. What have I said about energy? I'm not touching energy with a 10-foot pole. Why? There's too many damn producers on the world market, folks. And OPEC can pretend that they want to cut and cut and cut. They can't obligate themselves to those cuts. They can't commit to those cuts, and they know it. And they know it. Anyway, folks, let's continue going. We've got WTI sweet crude down today, 37 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.77%, closing out WTI at $47.67 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. We've got Brent crude also down today, 13 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.26%, closing out Brent crude at $50.51 per barrel of Brent crude oil. We've got gasoline also down, folks, 0.96% decrease for gasoline. We've got natural gas up today, the feast or famine, but it's kind of meh as it pertains to other increases we've seen in past sessions. Natural gas is up 1.30% increase on the day. We've got heating oil down 0.57%. Let's go ahead and get to the metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals! Now, interestingly enough, if you take a look at the intraday chart on metals, we saw an increase during the day, and then once the House announced it was going to delay the vote, I mean, just take a look at that time and take a look at these charts. The investors don't know what the hell they're doing. All right? I mean, they don't. I mean, we should see a little bit of an increase since we saw a slide on the bad news coming out of Washington, D.C. in the equities market. We should have seen it a little bit reflected in the metals, and we don't. So anyway, let's continue going, shall we? We've got gold. It is down today, modestly down, still down, $4.70, a percentage decrease of 0.38%, closing out gold at $1,248.10 per troy ounce of gold. Silver up modestly today, was up 2 cents, a percentage increase of 0.10%, closing out silver at $17.60 per troy ounce of silver. All right? And let me tell you something. I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I'm still bullish on these damn metals, baby. I'm still bullish. So, everybody who's listening, I would strongly advise to still entertain these particular investments in the metals, whether it's a physical or, metal gold play or ETF, ETN, whether you're investing in mining stocks. There's got to be some play in which you are capitalizing on this volatile metals market at this point. I am bullish, and the reason I'm bullish, folks, is because look at this uncertainty that we're witnessing. I mean, we don't even know what the hell the Republicans are going to do. This is a Republican-dominated government, and they can't agree to crap. So with that being said, let's continue going, all right? We got copper up today, 0.78% increase on the day. Platinum, folks, is unchanged as of today. It is unchanged. Let's go ahead and get to agriculture. Let's get to the hold on, what is this? My apologies, folks. I mean, people are tweeting at me. They're saying, look, listen to me. I don't know what's going on. People are saying that Blog Talk Radio doesn't work. Some people are saying that it works for them. Look, my apologies. I don't know what the hell the technical difficulties are as it pertains to Blog Talk Radios, and I have no idea. My apologies. Man, I can't work like this, Blog Talk, God damn it. God. I can't work like this, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, I'm sitting over here, I'm broadcasting, people are having trouble. Get it straight, goddamn Blog Talk, get it straight, god damn it. You know what, let me calm my ass down here. Give me that damn mic. Give me that damn mic. Get it straight. I don't know what the hell's going on here, folks. I really have no idea. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties, all right? I'm serious. People are saying they can hear it just fine. People don't know what... Listen, my apologies. Forward your grievances to Blog Talk Radio, please, all right? Anyway, let's continue going here. Let's get to agriculture. Grains in the house. Corn down 0.56%. And look, I already told you my views yesterday on corn. We got wheat down 0.30%. Oats is down 1.39%. Rough rice up 0.72%. Soybean down 0.88% decrease. Soybean oil down 0.89% decrease. And canola down 2.65% decrease on the day. A lot of blood. You see what I'm saying about this uncertainty, folks? Everything is down today. Everything's down. And that means that the investors didn't really know how to react to the delay vote as it pertains to health care. I mean, everything is down. It makes no sense. People are uncertain. And I'm telling you, when it comes down to times of uncertainty, where do people go? They go to the metals. They go to the metals. Anyway, let's continue going. Let's get to the softs index. We've got cocoa up today, 0.51% increase on the day. Coffee.
Hey, dude, just don't talk to me, Don't talk to me unless I have my coffee, dude.
Shut up, you stupid, dumb, fruity-ass hipster. You have ruined the beard. You understand that, you hipsters? You have fruitified the beard, and I never thought I would ever say that. Now, anytime I see a guy with a big-ass beard, I genuinely believe that they're on Grindr, and that's why they keep looking on their phones, and they're looking to service another man. That's all I'm saying. That's what you hipsters have done to the beard. Jesus Christ, man. Let me continue going, all right. Well, who else do we have here? Coffee, all right, down today, 0.85% decrease on the day. And I'd also like to tell everybody to boycott Starbucks. Boycott Starbucks. All right, I mean, it works, all right? It works. Now, hold on. Now everybody's saying that the whole goddamn stream is being shut down. Look, according to the Happy Merchant, here's another stream for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and retweet this. Here it is. I don't know what the hell this is here, but there you go. Blog Talk Radio, another alternate stream. Looks like they're trying to silence me, folks. It looks like they're trying to silence me. I'm telling you this right goddamn now. And you know who do we blame for this? We blame the goddamn... And listen, maybe I'm overloading the Blog Talk Radio's servers. I mean, I'd like to hope that that's the case because, I mean, we are broadcasting near 100,000 live listeners on a consistent basis. And I'm telling you, that's serious business. All right, that ain't no chump change. That's serious business. Anyway, who else do we have going on over here? Coffee, once again, down 0.85%. Reminder, the Starbucks, the boycott Starbucks worked. The CEO of Starbucks is stepping down. after his ridiculous comments about wanting to hire 10,000 illegal immigrants just to thumb their nose at the current administration. Now it's time to boycott McDonald's, since McDonald's wants to sit here and allow some ass crack, all right? Allow some ass crack by the name of Robert Gibbs to be the world marketing coordinator or director, whatever the hell his damn post name is. And they tweeted that disrespectful anti-American tweet against Trump. And I'm telling you this right now, it's boycott McDonald's for that, all right? It's boycott McDonald's. And, here's some idiot trying to hold water for McDonald's so he can justify why he keeps shoveling down those goddamn McNuggets down your throat. The Twitter was hacked, Ghost. The McDonald's Twitter was hacked. Yeah, so was Anthony Weiner's Twitter, you fruit bowl. Just shut up, all right? Just sit there and shut up. If you want to continue to eat McDonald's, then you're an anti-American piece of crap. And if I saw you eating them, I would punch you in your face. Good God. Anyway, where was I, engineer? God damn it. All right. Coffee down 0.85%. Let's get the sugar. Sugar is up 1.73% increase on the day. We've got orange juice down 2.04% decrease on the day for orange juice. We've got cotton down today 0.09%. We've got lumber up. Man, we're seeing a lot of plus signs for lumber. 0.91% increase on the day for lumber. Rubber is up 0.60%. And ethanol is down today 0.13%. Let's get to livestock. Livestock, we're witnessing a little bit of pullbacks. We saw percentage and change increases on both live cattle and cattle feeder yesterday. Today, live cattle is down 0.86% decrease on the day for live cattle. We've got cattle feeder also down today 0.92%. And folks, good God, did you all see lean hogs today? Lean hogs up 2.44% increase on the day for lean hogs, folks. And now we get into the cryptocurrency portion of the financial hour. For you folks that are unaware, cryptocurrency is now the new currency that is being used as an alternative for actual physical cash, because there are many nations throughout the world that are now outlawing cash. And, folks need to have some kind of privacy, economic privacy, and the whole motive behind outlawing cash is to give governments the overlord authority of every transaction that is made in the country. There is no economic privacy anymore, and that, I believe, is a disgusting, despicable infringement on human rights as far as I'm concerned. All right? It's a horrible, disgusting infringement on human rights. Give me a break. You can't have physical cash. Go suck it. Stupid, dumb governments, man. I'm telling you, man. Look, regardless, the cryptocurrency that I covered during this portion of the cryptocurrency coverage are all mineable, folks. They're all mineable. And as a result, folks, let's be completely honest here. We are in a situation where we as technological peoples in a new digital age are having to utilize our own methods of means of transaction, a means of exchanging goods and services. And this is what these cryptocurrencies are. And what I mean by they're mineable, it means that you can use a computing device in conjunction with certain pieces of software, and that's why I cover these cryptocurrencies. If you hear a cryptocurrency that I cover that is completely mineable, all of them are mineable, then research the cryptocurrency, research the software and hardware requirements that you need, and mine these things. It's free damn money. It's free money. I'm just saying it's free money. Anyway, let's get to Bitcoin, which seems to be the favorite of everybody out here in the cryptocurrency markets. Bitcoin today The symbol on Bitcoin is BTC. Current market capitalization of Bitcoin is almost $17 billion right now. Almost $17 billion. The current circulating supply of Bitcoin is 16,232,587 Bitcoins in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone up 1.85%. The current price of Bitcoin is $1,045.97 per Bitcoin. That's $1,045.97 per Bitcoin. Let's get to Ethereum, folks, which is the up-and-coming competitor. At least if you listen to those that are in the cryptocurrency market, this is the up-and-coming competitor to Bitcoin. A lot of money in back of this particular cryptocurrency. Big-time names, big-time Silicon Valley bigwigs. Ethereum's symbol is ETH. ETH. Current market capitalization for Ethereum is almost $4 billion. It's almost at $4 billion. The current circulation of Ethereum is 90,037,783 Ethereum cryptocurrency in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone up 4.97% increase in a 24-hour period, and the current price for Ethereum is $43.80 per Ethereum cryptocurrency. $43.80 per Ethereum cryptocurrency. Let's go ahead and get to Dashcoin, folks. Dashcoin, symbol on Dashcoin is DASH. And current market capitalization on Dashcoin is about $728 million. $728 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply of Dashcoin is 7,182,421 Dashcoin in circulation. Under 8 million, under 7.5 million at that. Not bad. Within the past 24 hours, Dashcoin has gone down 0.10%, closing out Dashcoin at the current price of $101.29 per Dashcoin. That's $101.29 per Dashcoin. Let's go to the Monero. Monero, the symbol on Monero is XMR. XMR, current market capitalization for the Monero is $309 million. Not too bad, $309 million market cap. Current circulating supply of the Monero is 14,167,201 Monero cryptocurrency in circulation. Within the past 24 hours, Monero has gone up 3.63% increase in a 24-hour period. Current price for Monero cryptocurrency is $21.85. $21.85 per Monero cryptocurrency. Let's get to Ethereum Classic, shall we? Ethereum Classic. The symbol on Ethereum Classic is ETC. ETC is the symbol. Current market capitalization for Ethereum Classic is $207 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply for Ethereum Classic is a little under 90 million Ethereum Classic in circulation. Actually, about 3,000 less than 90 million. So we're just going to round it off to 90 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Ethereum Classic has gone down 1.74% decrease for Ethereum Classic. At the current price right now, ETC, Ethereum Classic, is $2.30 per Ethereum Classic cryptocurrency. That's $2.30 per Ethereum Classic cryptocurrency, all right? Let's go to Litecoin, folks. Litecoin, symbol on Litecoin is LTC. LTC, the current market capitalization for Litecoin is almost $201 million. $201 million market capitalization for Litecoin. The current circulating supply of Litecoin is 50,317,907 Litecoins in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone up 2.18% increase Current price for Litecoin is $3.99 per Litecoin. Now let's get to Zcash, because this is the one that everybody's looking at. It's the up-and-coming new cryptocurrency. Not too much in circulation on this one. Let's go ahead and get to it. Symbol on Zcash is ZEC. ZEC is the symbol of this particular cryptocurrency. The current market capitalization of Zcash is $61,693,974, so almost at about $62 million market capitalization. Now get this, the current circulating supply of Zcash is under 1 million. I mean, I'm not even joking. The current circulating supply is 929,069 Zcash cryptocurrency in circulation. All right, in the past 24 hours, Zcash has gone down 1.59%. All right, closing out Zcash, or actually the current price of Zcash, I should say, symbol ZEC, $66.40. $66.40 per Zcash cryptocurrency. Let's continue going. Decred. I hope that you guys were taking, my coverage yesterday on Decred. Decred, symbol DCR, current market capitalization for Decred is a little over $31 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply of Decred is 4,088,829 Decred cryptocurrency in circulation within the past 24 hours. All right? Within the past 24 hours, Decred has gone up 34.77% increase on a 24-hour period. Can you believe that? Good God, 34.77 increase. That's what I'm telling you. This is free money. These are all mineable. I mean, good God. Anyway, in a 24-hour period, it has gone up 34.77 points, or 34.77%, excuse me, 34.77%. The current price of Decred is, symbol DCR, is $7.65 per Decred cryptocurrency. Okay, let's continue going, folks. We got a lot to cover. I'm actually going to cover a couple more, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to Twitter shoutouts. Let's get to Zcoin. For you folks that are wanting to know about Zcoin, it is symbol XZC. XZC. The current market capitalization for Zcoin is $7,784,775 in market capitalization. Current supply in circulation of Zcoin is 1,705,116, so under 2 million in circulation of Zcoin. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 3.35% decrease on the day. Current price for Zcoin is $4.57 per Zcoin. All right, let's continue going. Bitcoin Dark. Bitcoin Dark, folks. Symbol on Bitcoin Dark is BTCD. Symbol on Bitcoin Dark is BTCD. And let's go ahead and go to the market capitalization on Bitcoin Dark. It is $549 market capitalization. So a little over 5.7 million market cap. Current circulating supply of Bitcoin Dark is 1,288,862 Bitcoin Dark in circulation. Within the past 24 hours, it has gone up 6.19%. 6.19%. Current price to Bitcoin Dark, symbol BTCD, $4.43 per Bitcoin Dark cryptocurrency. Let's go ahead and get to NovaCoin, folks. NovaCoin, symbol on NovaCoin is NVC. The current market capitalization for NovaCoin is $4,277,000, so a little over 4.2 million in market capitalization. The current circulating supply of NovaCoin is 1,674,418 NovaCoin in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it is unchanged. unchanged as far as the percentage increase or decrease, unchanged. Current price of Novacoin, $2.55 per Novacoin cryptocurrency. Let me go ahead and take a couple more of these, let me take a couple more of these, then I'm going to move on to Twitter shout-outs. Z Classic, folks, Z Classic. The symbol on Z Classic is ZCL. Current market capitalization for Z Classic is $1,686,759 market capitalization, little under $1.7 million market cap. Current circulating supply of Z Classic is 829,213 Z Classic cryptocurrency in circulation. So a considerable amount under a million cryptocurrency in circulation. Current, it has gone down 2.32% in the past 24 hours. The current price to Z Classic is $2.03 per Z Classic cryptocurrency. That's symbol ZCL. $2.03 per cryptocurrency Z Classic, folks, all right? Now, one last one before we move on, because, I want everybody to be able to capitalize on all these damn cryptocurrencies up in here, right? All of them. Let me go ahead and cover one more here. This one right here is a very, very weird name. It's called Uno Botanium. Uno Botanium. The symbol on this one is UNO. Uno Botanium cryptocurrency. Now, the current market capitalization of Uno Botanium, symbol UNO, is $502,430. Very low market capitalization on symbol UNO. The current circulating supply is very, very small, folks. It's under 200,000 cryptocurrency of UNO in supply. Current circulating supply is 197,660 Unobantium cryptocurrency in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 1.75%, closing, or the current price, I should say, of symbol UNO, $2.54 per Ubantium cryptocurrency. And that, my friends, is the markets for your ass, all right? Anyway, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me here. I hope that everybody is taking what I deliver in the first hour and applying it to your life and making some capital on your own. That's the whole reason why I do the first hour, to create capitalists, baby. I'm sparking synapses throughout the world. So once again, each and every one of the cryptocurrencies that were covered previous are mineable. So you can go right ahead and mine these. Free money. It's that simple. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's get to some Twitter shout-outs, all right? Now, I don't really want to do the conventional Twitter shout-outs as far as retweeting the broadcast link, because I don't even know if the broadcast link works, for Christ's sake. So what I did is I retweeted the capitalist right rising, nothing can stop us, not even the system, with the symbol of the capitalist right. I'd like for everybody to please retweet that tweet right now. The tweet that I just retweeted, the tweet that states the capitalist right rising, nothing can stop us, not even the system. If you retweet that tweet, I will give you a shout out live right here on the broadcast right here and now. Do we got any Twitter shout-outs to be had, engineer? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs right now. We got Arboru in the house. What's going on? We got the Green Leader in the place. We got, I'm not going to say that stupid name. Did I yarmulke that? Shut up with that stupid crap, please. Chips Movie Double Dips. What the hell is that supposed to mean? I don't get it. What the hell is that supposed to mean? We got Kingfish in the house, Sauerkraut, Metroid Junkie. We got Randy Leahy. We've got, I'm not going to say that name, you sick son of a bitch. We got Danny J, CDI Fan 237. We got Trump did nothing wrong. You're damn right, but Trump didn't do nothing. Trump didn't do nothing. We've got Acolyte of Keck. What's going on to Acolyte of Keck? We've got Chris Hyde in the place. We've got, I'm not going to say that for Christ's sake. We got Christopher Smith, ST Bill in the place. We've got MILFs on Wheels, asshole. MILFs on Wheels. Well, you know, I'll put it to you this way. I think that Meals on Wheels could use something to that capacity to help them, you know. I mean, they need all the help they can get now because they're going to get their federal funding cut, and it should be cut because, good God, we got almost 50 million people on food stamps, and yet we got Meals on Wheels out here. Get the hell out of here. We got Sergeant Yoda in the house. Going on, Sergeant Yoda. Once again, retweet the tweet that states, capitalist right rising. Nothing can stop us, not even the system. We've got Twilly Atkins. We got MLP in the house. A tornado of butter. Hey, listen, don't talk trash. All right. From what I understand, we're having some rain in Texas. I believe it's going to come into San Hambonio. I know that there are certain people that are in the capitalist army and in the inner circle that are in Texas right now, and they're having some precarious type of weather, to say the least. So I don't know what the hell's going on out here, but we shall see. We got Angry Manju. Yeah, shut up, you stupid moron. We got the Brony Network. Citizens arrest for ghost. What the hell are you talking about, citizens arrest? Go shove it up your ass. Citizens arrest for ghost. You know, you come over here and try to do a citizens arrest, and look, this is your face right here. This is your face. You understand? I wish this was your face. I wish this was your goddamn face. Yeah, keep on talking crap. Keep talking and talking crap. Son of a bitch. Telling you guys are pissing me off. We got Cam the Man. We got Capture the He Will Not Divide Us flag. You're goddamn right. Jesus Christ. Buy a London flat. Oh, Jesus Christ. Buy a London flat. I know what that means, you sick son of a bitch.
Calling the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA simply a compact SUV is like describing a cathedral as just 4 walls and a ceiling. The GLA is both a beautiful work of design and one of the most functional SUVs in its class, and it's available at an exceptional price. Why drive any compact SUV when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA? Visit MBUSA.com/GLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
God, you guys are sick bastards. Give me the mic. Damn mic. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, we are now in the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Before we get started on anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around. Spread it around. Spread it around like wildfire. And let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website on the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not done so, please follow us on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is Politics Ghost, all one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. And I'd like for everybody, if you could, please add to your favorites and bookmark the official media project inspired by the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And it is, type in your browsers right now, ghost.report. Ghost.report. Type that in your browser. That is the official media project of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. Thank you very much. Now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and take some Gab shout-outs at this point in time. All right, folks, since we've got so many people out here thinking they're so goddamn cute, let's go ahead and take some Gab shout-outs. And if you folks that are unaware, I am also on the social media Gab. And all you got to do is either like or repost any of the posts, or excuse me, the post that says True Capitalist Radio Live. I'll give you a shout-out. Who do we got here? We've got Veteran Capitalist. What's going on? We got Raiden Snake in the house. We got Indy Juicy, Agent Odd Eyes, O'Flamo in the place. We got Chef Jim. We got Lord Vulcan in the house. Heavy Capitalist in the place. We got BN King in the house. I'm not going to say that disgusting name. We got Phil McCracken. We've got Scarlet Moon. We've got Pat McCrotch. Who else we got here? We got Crusades for Arabia. We've got Prophet Twisty, whatever the hell that is, for Christ's sake. We got the Happy Merchant. What's going on at Happy Merchant? We've got Nelson in the house. Who, once again, if you want a Gab shout-out, all you've got to do is repost or like any of the the first post on the Gab account. What's going on to Ed Plus? We've got General Capitalist. We've got Commando Nando in the house. We got Distilling Capitalist in the place. I'm not going to say that disgusting name, you sick, twisted pricks. We got Steve in the house. We got Lego Fan 420 in the place, Escalators 420, none of your beeswax, the Trans Shekel. Did you put a pair of balls on a shekel? You sick son of a... Good God! They put a pair of balls on a shekel. I'm not even joking. I'm looking at it right here. Good God. The Trans Shekel. Give me the damn mic. Give me the mic. I mean, you guys are getting sick with all this trans testicle. I don't know what. You're getting ridiculous. Happy National Double Dipping Day, Ghost. Shut up about the double dipping. Cockadoodle Jew. Cockadoodle Jew. Shit. Damn it. Shut up. Shut up with the Jew jokes, all right? All right, shut up with the Jew jokes. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. I mean, you're going to get me yanked off the air, for Christ's sake. You're going to get me yanked off the air. Enough of the Jew jokes. Good God, man. I can't believe you people sometimes. I can't believe you people. Jesus Christ. We got Leonard in the house. We got Cole Pony. Chris Hyde in the house. We got UK Bowling League. Jesus Christ. Look, enough of these sick, twisted names, man. Enough. Enough already. Oh. Give me the mic. Jesus Christ, man. Unfortunately, folks, I you know what? I don't know if I push Ghost off the wagon. Hey, look, that's not funny, asshole, all right? Stop getting me to drink. Look, for you folks that are unaware, I am trying to stop drinking for a little bit, to try to clean out a little bit, try to detox. And here I've got trolls trying to tempt me, trying to say, hey, come on, you know you want to drink, Ghost. Come on. How about a little bit of a sip, huh? Come on. How about it, Ghost? You people want me to drink? God damn you. God damn you. You people want me to drink, man? How dare you, man? I'm trying to stop drinking, and these people don't even care. Good God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Give it a mind. You know what? I've had enough of damn Twitter shout-outs, all right? I've had enough of Gab shout-outs. I've had enough of Twitter shout-outs. I'm done with this garbage, all right? Y'all can all shove this up your ass, all right? You all ruined it. You always ruin it for everybody. You people want to try to push me to drink, man? How dare you? How dare you? Can't believe you people are trying to push me to drink, man. I'm trying to stop just for a little bit. Look, I'll be back, all right? Jesus, you sick sons of bitches, man. I'm telling you, you guys are sick. You know that? You guys are really sick. Anyway, look, I'm going to move on with the broadcast. I'm not going to sit over here and continue to entertain you stupid, sick troll terrorists and cyber vermin. I refuse to do it. Anyway, folks, let's get to the crux of the broadcast, and I'm talking about the lies, tell me sweet little lies that have been put forth by the FBI Director James Comey in conjunction with the House Intelligence Committee in that political theater staging of that Comey testimony earlier this week. And then after that testimony, you had the collusion with the lamestream media trying to push this narrative that somehow Trump was debunked. All right, Trump was debunked in his wiretapping claims, when that's a lie, and we've all on the internet have exposed that lie, and now they're going into damage control. You see this? Now they're trying to pick any kind of wedge issue. Now they're talking about FBI investigating InfoWars and Breitbart for Russia connections and all this crap, because they know there's a big nothing burger as it pertains to Trump's connections with Russia. They know it. And the lies are being exposed. Why do you think that this guy Nunez that came out and basically told Trump that, yeah, you may have been, what did he say? You may have been unmasked during intercepting of your and other people in your campaign's phone calls to people that may have been out of the country or foreign dignitaries, all right? Now, for you folks that are unaware, this is a very technical term, unmasking. What that means is that under the current surveillance state that was signed into law by Obama, anyone who has any communication with anyone outside of America can legally be intercepted and surveyed, or wiretapped, if you will. Now, twist is that the individuals in the intelligence community that are intercepting that communication from America to the outside world, they can't identify who the person in America is. They can only identify and listen in to the foreign call in which the American in question is calling. They cannot identify the American. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, for instance, if I call somebody in, let's just say for the sake of instance, Russia, well, the intelligence community can listen into my call. They just can't listen to me. They can't identify who I am because it's illegal under the current way the bureaucratic law is set up. They can only listen to the person that I'm calling in Russia. And if the conversation under surveillance on the Russian end sounds very cryptic or sounds very spy-like or, deep intelligence-like, that's when you have individuals from the intelligence community going to a court called the FISA court. Okay? The FISA court. And what they do is they go and get this warrant from the FISA court so they can identify who was the American on the other end of the call that justified the FISA court warrant to unmask the person that was talking to the individual in Russia. So it's a very, very highly bureaucratic, technical, legalese type of a protocol in which this whole surveying apparatus gets its granting and its warranting of eavesdropping or surveying American people. Now, according to Bob Woodward, folks, and let me tell you, Bob Woodward is no fan of Republicans. He's no fan of the right. This is the man, in conjunction with Carl Bernstein, were the two journalists that took down Richard Nixon in the Watergate scandal. Now, Bob Woodward has come out publicly and said that Obama's officials and many in his administration could face jail time for illegally unmasking Trump campaign intercepts to basically leak out to the media, because that's what was leaked out to the media. And this was illegally done, and there should be people that should be going to jail for this. And even Watergate's Bob Woodward has come out publicly and said there may be Obama administration officials that could face jail time for unmasking these intercepts illegally. Now, once again, I know that's a very complicated web of things to take in, but once again, this is how the law works. If you call somebody in Russia, the intelligence agency can listen into your phone call. They just can't identify who you are because you're an American. You fall under the category of the Constitution, supposedly, and they're not supposed to identify who you are. They can only listen in to whoever you're talking to on the other end in Russia. And based upon their conversation, based upon whatever the Russian person says to you, if it's anything suspicious, if it's anything jeopardizing national security or anything to that capacity, the intelligence community then goes to the FISA court. And the FISA court grants them the access to unmask who you are and your identity so that they can investigate further on whether or not this particular intelligence wiretapping has anything to do with any espionage, terrorist act, etc., etc. And what it seems that the Obama administration and many within the deep state have done, they have completely bypassed this whole process. They bypassed the FISA courts. They have bypassed the rule of law and unmasked intercepts that FBI Comey, the director of FBI Comey, said here earlier this week in front of the House Intelligence Committee never happened. Remember? Peter Schiff, this asshole congressman, he's out here talking Russia, Trump. Even he claims that all this wiretapping claiming by Donald Trump never happened, and that's a lie. We've caught them outright lying, and they know it. That's why Nunes had to go to the White House and tell Trump personally that, yeah, you may have been wiretapped, all right? You may have been wiretapped, and, that's all there is to it. And the Comey testimony and the House Intelligence Committee questioning was nothing but political theater. And just come on. I mean, let's be honest already that there is an attempt to undermine the president, and there is an orgy between the lamestream media, the political class, and the deep state, and they're doing everything within their power, within their capacity, to undermine this president, which is illegal. And this is the story, folks. This is the major story. Look, once again, I'm going to retweet what I retweeted yesterday. All right? Comey suggests that, well, not to my knowledge, is Donald Trump under any kind of surveillance. No, here it is right here. They had to come out the next day and said, well, yeah, we did have Trump Towers under surveillance and wiretapped, And yeah, we do have an investigation open against Trump and Russia, but it's to Russian gambling that's happening in one of his units at goddamn Trump Tower. Do you see the kind of word trickery? Do you see the legalese word dancing that these bureaucrats are using to try to shape the minds of Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack out there? They're using blatant trickery. Look on the Twitter account right now. Look on the Twitter account right now, Politics Ghost. FBI released that little statement the day after James Comey was proven an outright liar in front of the House intelligence community. FBI changes its story. Turns out that there was a wiretap at Trump Tower after all. What a joke. What a joke. And then once again, here's another one. Here's where Nunez, all right, had to come out publicly and state that, yeah, you know, U.S. spies intercepted Trump team's communications on numerous occasions and may have unmasked illegally those interceptions of who the identities of the Americans on the other end of that goddamn communication were. That's how come they knew about Michael T. Flynn having that communication with the Russian ambassador. That's how come they knew how to set up Jeff Sessions as it pertained to this ridiculous, I mean, just, it is pure, disgusting political character assassination by the deep state, and it's illegal. And we need to put this in the faces of Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack and let them understand that the president that is elected is being undermined by the very institutions that are supposed to be working for us. They're supposed to be working for us, and yet they're utilizing their power of the surveillance state. They are utilizing their power of authority against the people's will, against the people's authority, against the people themselves. Do you understand me? They have weaponized the mainstream media. And you know why they're trying to come after us on the internet now, folks? Because they know that we are disseminating the truth, and they don't want the truth to be out there for everybody to hear, including Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack. I'm telling you this right now, folks. This is a very scary situation that's happening, and I think that everybody needs to realize, and everybody should tell anybody who denies that Donald Trump was wiretapped. Donald Trump was not only wiretapped, folks. He was wiretapped by several different intelligence agencies, NSA, CIA, the FBI. Why? I mean, there's a Operation Dragnet that was an operation that was implemented by the National Security Agency, and they had Trump under surveillance since 2004. Now, why would they have Donald Trump under surveillance, under this Operation Dragnet, under surveillance since 2004, folks? Because I'm telling you, if you ever have any kind of political ambitions, you are going to be surveyed by this intelligence community. If you have any kind of political aspirations, if you are any kind of person that's in political opposition to the status quo, if you're any kind of an individual who doesn't agree with these bureaucrats in Washington, D.C., it seems as if you are going to be surveyed on. It seems as if that they're going to build a dossier about who the hell you are. It seems as if they're going to survey you in an attempt to try to compromise your personal integrity. And whether you like Trump or not at this point, folks, it's not about Trump. It's about what the deep state has done to Trump. And even amidst all that scrutiny, even amidst all that investigation, even amidst all that surveillance, they can't find nothing on the man. They can't find jack. I mean, the man has been under surveillance, according to public record, since 2004 by the NSA. FBI had him under surveillance from 2011 to 2013. I mean, it was said that the Obama administration went to the FISA courts twice, once in June and the next time in October when the FISA request was granted for whatever reason. These things need to come out. They need to be public. There is a coup going on against our president, and we all have to stay vigilant. We all have to be political. We all have to be engaged. Why do you think they're coming after our internet, folks? Why do you think they're coming after so-called far-right media? They're coming after us because they don't have control of the narrative. And you see, when an entity or a consortium of entities can control the narrative of the masses, then they control the masses. And they can't control the narrative with independent media that are more effective than their lamestream talking heads that are pushed out by the boob tube media. We are more effective because we are disseminating information out of our own free will. I mean, we're not getting paid. We don't have a financial vested interest in continuously disseminating the information. We want to make America great again. That's our motive. We want to make America capitalist again. That's our motive. We want to make Americana mean something again. That's our motive. So that's why I'm saying, folks, I'm telling you this right now, we must band together. And we must fight the entities that are fighting us. And I said this in an article on Ghost.report. Your president needs you. Right now, the three entities that are trying their damnedest to try to undermine and subvert Trump and his supporters are the political class, the lamestream media, and the deep state. All three of these entities are acting in concert against the people. And you see, folks, if they win, then a government made for the people and by the people will never exist again for the rest of time. And for the people government model will be a footnote in the halls of antiquity. And it will be something that was once talked about but will never be implemented again. And last but not least, folks, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Liberty is not given, it's taken. And you see, that's why you have these three apparatuses out here, the deep state, the political class, and the lamestream media. They don't want us to have freedom. Because without us being in bondage, without us being dependent on them, they have no power. I mean, with the advent of the internet, the lamestream media doesn't have any power. With the advent of the internet and the free flowing of information, the political class system doesn't have any power. With the advent of technology, with the advent of people knowing about technology and understanding the foundations of technology, the deep state can no longer operate from the shadows. So that's why I'm saying, folks, we are at a very good point in American history, and I'm talking about the Trump train, I'm talking about the capitalist right. We are winning at this point in time. They had to, in a span of a few days, they went from trying to shape the narrative with a political theater, House intelligence testimony by Director FBI James Comey. They went from that to now they're trying to damage control from hell. They're trying to damage control from hell, and I don't think it's working. I mean, when you've got Watergate's Bob Woodward saying that there may be Obama officials facing jail time for unmasking Trump campaign intercepts, that's serious business. And I think that we need to start seeing heads roll. We need to start seeing people in handcuffs. All right? We need to start doing this, and we need to start doing it quick. I mean, these people are working against the American people. The political class, the lamestream media, the deep state are working against the American people. Anyway, folks, once again, Watergate's Bob Woodward says that Obama officials could face jail time for unmasking Trump campaign intercepts. No crap. No crap. And speaking of which, folks, you know, this Peter Schiff asshole out of California, I mean, what a wide-eyed space cadet piece of treasonous garbage this moron is, all right? I mean, this guy has the audacity to talk garbage about Russia, Trump, Russia, Trump, Russia, Russia, Trump, and all this crap. And you know what? Look, here's Peter Schiff, the guy who's on this House Intelligence Committee touting all this crap about Russia, Trump, Russia, Trump. Look at this. Look at this, what I'm about to retweet here. Look at this. Huh? A taste of Ukraine reception. Huh? Oh, so it's okay for Adam Schiff to have a lavish fundraiser with a Ukrainian arms dealer, right? Oh, that doesn't come into question at all, does it? Adam Schiff, you stupid, pathetic, California hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. And all these bureaucrats in Washington are hypocrites. And that's why us, the American people, we have to hold their feet to the fire and take them down with information. Take them down with the truth. The truth. We have to take them down with the truth, because now in today's deception of America, because that's exactly what Washington, D.C. is running. It's running a whole charade of deception, from the political class to the deep state to the lamestream media. We've got to expose the deception, because now in this day and age, truth is patriotic. The truth is patriotic. Good God, man. Anyway, let me move on to another subject matter, because I don't want to go too long-winded on that subject, but by God, remember, all these people have lied. The deep state has been spreading fake news and has lied and has spied on Trump and his cohorts. The lamestream media has been a just machine gun of fake news after fake news after fake news. And the political class has helped coordinate in an attempt to make the fake news look real. So these people are all in conjunction, man. They need to be stopped. And those of us in America, we can stop them. You just don't sit there. There's a battle for this country, and the battle is right outside your goddamn door. Anyway, let me move on to the Democrats. Have you heard their latest boggle? The Democrats are promising to filibuster Neil Gorsuch's nomination to the Supreme Court. I mean, did y'all see the testimony? Just the whole examination in which these Democrats were throwing old cases that were meaningless, that really were much to do about nothing against Gorsuch, to try to find something there. There was nothing there, all right? If anything, the thing that I got out of the testimony with Gorsuch is that Gorsuch is probably more constitutional than goddamn Scalia, as far as I'm concerned, all right? But, of course, the Democrats, because they are sore pieces of garbage losers and don't know how to work for the American people, instead they're just going to utilize every opportunity necessary to be obstinate, which what the Republicans should have been doing the whole time during Obama's administration. But the reason they didn't do it, because as I stated, folks, the Republican Party and the Democratic Party are the same crap, different plate. The same crap, different plate. But now you got Chuck Kick the American People in the Balls Schumer coming out here saying that he and the Democrats are going to filibuster the nomination of Neil Gorsuch. And I just don't understand what this is going to accomplish. And let's just see if the Republicans can be unified around Gorsuch at this point. I mean, we need, as far as the right is concerned, to put strict constitutionalists in this very limited opportunity during Trump's tenure, because there's going to be a lot of Supreme Court justices that are going to be kicking the bucket, in my view, and they need to be replaced as soon as possible. And if we are continuing to kick the can down the road with this one nomination, just imagine when Ginsburg finally kicks the bucket. When Kennedy, all these people start kicking the bucket out here.
Calling the beautifully redesigned 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA simply a four-door coupe is like describing a world-class athlete as just a good runner. With its sleek profile and powerful turbocharged engine, the CLA offers agility and design that are unmatched in its class, and it's available now at an exceptional price. Why drive any four-door coupe when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA? Visit mbusa.com/CLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
I mean, we need to have a process in which we get our judges, because, look, the left got their judges on there, Sotomayor and Kagan, for Christ's sake. And what the hell is Kagan? I mean, Kagan looks a cross between Chaz Bono and Shemp from the Three Stooges, for Christ's sake, and yet this woman is on the Supreme Court. Can you believe this crap? Give me a break. Freaking Democrats, man. And this is supposed to be the party for the people. They're planning to filibuster Neil Gorsuch's nomination, and I think it's unwarranted. I think it's completely unwarranted. They're pulling out two cases. Have you heard of this ICE trucker case? I mean, give me a break, all right? Give me a break. And not to mention, you people in Minnesota, all right, you people need to have your heads examined. You're not getting enough sun or something. I don't know what your problem is. Why and how in the hell you allowed yourselves to vote in a stupid two-bit comedy writer from Saturday Night Live in Al Franken, the same two-bit loser who made fun of transgenders in that movie Pat, made fun of, I can go on and on. I mean, a complete anti-liberal as far as I'm concerned, considering that liberals are such triggered jerk dicks about such issues like people making fun of trans-related people and such. But no, you've got this asshole, Al Franken, being voted in out there in Minnesota, and look at what kind of an incompetent, mumbling, stumbling jerk this moron is, for Christ's sake, man. Incompetent, power-hungry piece of trash. You people in Minnesota, I'm glad that there's nothing there in Minnesota. I have no reason to go to Minnesota. But you people obviously there's something in the water. There's something that you people are eating in your ice fish. I mean, you people should be ashamed of yourselves for electing a SNL comedy writer, and a two-bit one at that. I mean, lest we forget, do you remember that Al Franken was the retarded the retarded train guy in Trading Places? Do y'all remember Trading Places? Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd, 80s movie. It was about, commodities market, commodities brokers, stuff like that. At the end of that movie, I mean, this asshole Al Franken was the retarded train guy, and yet this guy is sitting in he's not even sitting, he's a senator. I don't want to talk about this. It just pisses me off. I mean, what kind of country are we living in where we're literally electing jokers? We're literally electing Jesus. We're literally electing goddamn jokers out here, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I don't know what to... Give me the mic. I don't know what to say, but you people in Minnesota should be ashamed of yourselves. I'm not joking around. All right? I mean, this guy is an SNL writer, for Christ's sake, man, and you guys elected him to represent you. I'm serious. This idiot Al Franken. I mean, you know what I don't like about Al Franken is that he puts on the glasses and he tries to talk all long and drawn out to disguise how ignorant and stupid he really is. He kind of talks all, President Trump, I ain't going over there, and I mean, give me a break. We know you're half a tard, for Christ's sake, man. Can barely sputter out a sentence fragment within 10 seconds, this slow, drab-ass, stupid, pathetic excuse for a politician. Jesus Christ. Anyway, listen, I'm done. I'm done with talking about this, but once again, Democrats promised to filibuster Neil Gorsuch's nomination. Isn't that great? Piss off, Democrats. I spit in all your faces. You people are anti-American trash, and anybody with any kind of Americana pride knows it. All of you in the Democratic Party are anti-American trash. Anyway, let's go on a lighter subject, all right? Let's talk a little bit about 4chan. That's right. The infamous hacker known as 4chan strikes again. For you folks that don't know, for whatever reason, Shia LaBeouf has this ridiculous, what he calls an art project, in which he calls it, He Will Not Divide Us, in which he puts a camera in front of a museum, and in that camera, everybody can kind of go and hang out, or I don't know what the hell. It's really a stupid concept. But in conjunction with that art project, he hangs this flag in which prominently displays, I guess, the crux of the art project, which is He Will Not Divide Us. I guess that somehow correlates with Trump. I have no idea. But anyway, folks, his flag, He Will Not Divide Us flag, has been literally stolen. I don't know how many times. Anyway, because America is unsafe, Shia LaBeouf moved his He Will Not Divide Us art project to Liverpool, England. He moved it to Liverpool, England, because he thought that, Liverpool was going to be somehow safer for him and his little safe space of He Will Not Divide Us. If you want my personal opinion, I think that Shia LaBeouf needs to be committed for about 48 hours and be examined by actual psychiatric and psychological professionals, if you want my opinion. I think the guy has lost his marbles. I think this guy is completely insane. And the scary part about it is he's got a little money, and there's nothing worse than some insane, borderline lunatic eccentric with a lot of money to be able to conduct these types of activities. I think, in my personal opinion, he knows that his acting career is washed up. He knows that his acting is pretty much two-bit. He's indicating. He indicates when he acts. He's not a true gifted actor, all right? He indicates. He insists upon himself, if that makes any kind of sense. He insists upon himself. But with that being said, he knows that his whole acting career is down the toilet. So in my view, I think that he's utilizing this interaction with the internet to try to make himself pertinent, to try to make himself important, to try to keep himself prominent. And I guess the end result is that it's making him look like a complete insane lunatic. I mean, the guy is completely insane. I'm not even joking around. I mean, have you seen some of the footage related to this moron? I mean, he's a complete lunatic. Anyway, they decided to relocate this He Will Not Divide Us art project to Liverpool, and they put the He Will Not Divide Us flag on top of the roof of some museum. And they put it in a situation where they thought it was actually safe. Now, of course, Pohl and the infamous hacker known as 4chan were able to concoct a plan that was very easy and very feasible for anyone living in Liverpool to go and actually gank the He Will Not Divide Us flag. And they went out and did it. They went out and did it. As a matter of fact, folks, I mean, the inner circle and I, we were literally laughing our asses off as it was happening. Folks. Let me go ahead and retweet the flag down in which this tweet right here when I'm about to tweet, I put flag down and I tweet at Shia LaBeouf, And it basically shows the battle plan in which how one can basically, it diagrams how to take the flag. All right? And then, within not too long thereafter, somebody actually makes the move. Let me go ahead and tweet that one. Here is a video moments before the flag was, quote, divided. And just proof, this was the individual right here, just to prove that the flag was taken, and this was the man who took it, and he put pretty much proof that this is legit, this is not a troll. Once again, flag down, all right? Flag down, SIA. How do you like that? How do you like that? I'm telling you this right now. This is hilarious. This is lolzy, man. This is lolzy. Once again, for you folks that don't know, Shia LaBeouf's little "He Will Not Divide Us" flag taken from a Liverpool rooftop, and the plans were all concocted by 4chan users from across the world. I mean, the last time Shia LaBeouf tried to put this "He Will Not Divide Us" flag and this stream in a supposed undisclosed location, and people from Pole were actually able to pinpoint the location based upon the star patterns and flight patterns that were going by the actual flag. I'm not joking, man. I mean, this is hilarious. I'm not joking. This is hilarious. I think it's funny as hell. It's hilarious. Oh, man. Anyway, let me continue going, folks, all right? I mean, once again, the infamous hacker known as 4chan strikes again, taking Shia LaBeouf's "He Will Not Divide Us" flag again. Oh, man, that is just great. That is just great. Anyway, let's continue going, folks, all right? I want to talk about some other subject matters. Oy vey, shut it down. Did you hear that the individual that was making vast amounts of bomb threats at Jewish synagogues across America just happened to have been an American Jewish dual citizen Israeli out of Israel, 19 years old. Oh! I mean, can you believe this, folks? Huh? I mean, it's starting to come very clear that all these hate crimes may not be caused by perpetrators of hate crimes now. I mean, there's too many of these stories coming about. There are too many of them to deny that these are isolated incidents, okay? Once again, an Israeli citizen out of Israel who has dual citizenship between Israel and the United States, 19 years old, he's the perpetrator behind many of these bomb threats to Jewish synagogues across America. Oy vey, shut it down. And not to mention, folks, remember the last time that a Jewish synagogue got bomb threatened? Who was the perpetrator in that particular bomb threat? A black liberal journalist. Oh. And, have y'all seen that one picture, a very, very effective meme, in which another black individual, I don't understand why black people hate Jewish people. I mean, aren't Jews the one funding the Black Lives Matter? No, let's not go there. Anyway, listen, I don't get it, but there was a picture in which a black perpetrator took a menorah and then reconfigured that menorah to look like a swastika. And everybody wanted to implicate some white supremacist and Trump supporter and all this crap, and let alone it was a black perpetrator doing this, which is very interesting. Very interesting what we have here. And to be honest with you, I have no idea why these people are doing this. I mean, what is the motive? What is the modus operandi to do this? Or do they actually think that this is actually helping a cause in which it makes people on the right look racist? I mean, is this a form of de facto guerrilla propaganda? I mean, I don't get the modus operandi around this. I don't get it. I mean, I kind of get why someone that is of Israeli descent would do this, because, look, the guy who was doing this 19-year-old was doing it from Israel, folks, all right? The Israeli police. The Israeli police are the ones that captured this perpetrator doing this from Israel. I can understand why he's doing it because, well, he's got a vested interest in it. You know what I mean? He's got a dog in that fight. Why are black folks doing this? I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm just saying, black folks, I mean, a lot of Jewish folks are actually funding your Black Lives Matter. A lot of Jewish folks are funding these, cultural type of race-hustling organizations. I don't get why black folks are now turning on the Jewish folk, because I thought that, I don't know, y'all had something going there. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. So, with that being said, I think that black folks need to take a step back and realize, whoa, wait a minute. Why are those of us in my community trying to frame other folks into believing that there's anti-Semitism related to the right-wing political spectrum? And time again, folks, I mean, there are countless stories of people that are faking hate crimes now. I mean, there was a woman in a hijab that claimed that she was assaulted that ended up being fake. All right? I mean, everybody is just claiming fake this, fake that. Why? I don't get it. I mean, do they think that they're actually helping their political cause by pretending, by faking hate crimes? I mean, this is a very disturbing trend, to say the least, folks. I mean, the whole reason why hate crimes are hate crimes is because it's the motive in which the crime is implemented. For instance, it's a lot different if, let's say, a man finds his woman sleeping with another man and kills that man. The degree for which the motive was in that scenario is less degree than it is a man going and killing another man because of his race or because of his religion. You see, there are two different degrees of murder there. The first degree of murder, the first example is a manslaughter degree. Somebody who kills, their wife's, Casanova after he walks in, with his schlong and his wife's meat wallet, and, out of a reaction, he kills the man. That is a crime of passion, and, typically they would charge manslaughter maybe a degree higher than that because of the circumstances. But when it comes to somebody going and murdering somebody based upon their race, their religion, their sexual orientation, their politics, that is a whole other predetermined motive in which hate is the modus operandi. Hate. Pure hate. For instance, a person that wants to kill somebody based upon a race or a religion or a political ideology, they have to foster the hatred, they've got to plan the murder, and they have to carry out the murder. Unlike the guy who comes in and walks in while the freaking pizza boy is putting extra toppings on his wife, that man who walked in and saw his wife getting nailed didn't plan to kill the guy who was nailing his wife, all right? He didn't plan that he was going to, kill that day. He didn't have a plan. You see what I'm saying as it pertains to the degree of murder? It's about motive. And I hate to bring up the Jew Goldstein, Kurt Eckenwald scenario, but that is where they're getting Jew Goldstein with the crime. They're not getting him based on the GIF. The GIF is not the crime. It's the intent in which he used the GIF that is a crime. And did you hear? They're charging Jew Goldstein with assault with a deadly weapon. All right? Assault with a deadly weapon. And how are they charging him, folks? Well, because he was the one that looked up whether or not Eckenwald had any history of epilepsy, and when he found out that Eckenwald had a pre-existing epileptic condition, he purposely posted a GIF that stated on the GIF that you deserve a seizure for your post. And as a result, this moron, and I hear he's a Mexican too, so he's a pendejo. This pendejo posts that, here, hopefully he dies. Hopefully we can kill him. You know, I mean, you understand, folks, that that's where Jew Goldstein built the case against him. And one more side note about Jew Goldstein, mind you. This guy actually tried to do everything in his power to cover his tracks. He used a VPN. He used a burner iPhone in which it was untraceable. I mean, he tried every capacity possible to hide and mask his identity, and they still found him. The FBI still found him. So I just want to warn all you folks that think that you're trolls and you're never, ever going to be busted. And, you know, I'm telling you this right now, they are cracking down on intent. If your intent is to hurt, if your intent is to harass, if your intent is to stalk, then, folks, you are now committing a federal crime thanks to Eckenwald initiating this arrest on Jew Goldstein. So that's why I'm telling everybody right now, you better watch yourself as it pertains to your intent, because intent is everything. I don't think it was an accident that James Comey, during last summer, during his testimony, he had a whole 4 or 5 hour testimony on intent, because intent is everything. If you have no intention, they can't really prosecute you. But you see, when you got Jew Goldstein, you have Jew Goldstein over here, on documented record, looking up this man's history, finding out he's epileptic, and then documenting it, that, hey, he's epileptic, maybe we can kill him. And then posting these goddamn GIFs in which it has very flashy type images that can induce an epileptic fit on somebody who has epilepsy. There's the intent, folks, and that's where the GIF becomes more than a GIF. It becomes a weapon. And how do we know the GIF is a weapon? Because Jew Goldstein's intent. So I didn't mean to get off on that whole tirade about this, but this goes back to these falsified hate crimes and their intent. What is their intent? And that's why I went into this tirade about modus operandi. I mean, you have to know what the hell these people's major malfunctions are. I mean, if we don't know what their major malfunctions are, then we're going to continue to see this type of behavior. And you know what I find very, very disturbing, and I hate to go off on this Jew Goldstein, Kurt Eckenwald scenario, but, I mean, let's be honest, man. I mean, this case can literally set precedent on internet regulation without even having any kind of legislation being put forth by a judgment. The precedent will be set in the judicial system that the internet is regulated in a certain capacity. So I'm going to warn you all one last time, okay, trolls? I warned you all many years ago that you people think that you're going to be able to continue to harass people and continue to swat people and continue to deliver pizzas to people and dildos and Bibles and all this crap. You continue to call people up. You threaten to kill them and all this. It's all coming to a header now, thanks to you trolls who thought that you're so damn powerful behind a VPN or behind some other goddamn ISP, or you're hacking your neighbor's goddamn internet and you think that you're invincible. I'm telling you, they will find you. I mean, did you just... Vault 7 should prove to you assholes that they can find you, man. They can find you. There's nobody safe. There's nobody invincible anymore. Not even the CIA, not even the FBI are invincible, man. So I tried to talk about this way back in the day. I tried to say that trolls need to have some level of ethics. When you know that a troll is going overboard and they're harassing somebody and they're pushing somebody on the brink of suicide or hurting themselves, somebody within that troll group should have some level of moral principle to stop that from happening, because if you don't, you're eventually going to be at the scenario that we're currently in, and that's internet regulation. To where no one is anonymous anymore. The idea of trolling somebody is going to be a thing of antiquity, and you've got nobody but yourselves to blame. And I know there's trolls out here that are trying to say that Eckenwald had his automatic gifts off, or whatever excuses that you're trying to give. There are no excuses. You all have pushed this troll limit beyond the line. And now, at this point in time, you have ruined it for everybody. Now, you can sit here and piss and moan and try to tell me that it's not fair, Ghost, and Eckenwald's is a whatever. It doesn't matter. I told you guys this was going to happen. I mean, man, I just don't get it. I mean, it's like you morons are not going to learn until it's all gone. I mean, back when I was doing this broadcast back in 2011, 2010, you know who the worst trolls were? European trolls. Because these assholes thought that they could do this, they could do that, no repercussions whatsoever. As if, America, they can't do nothing. I'm over here across the world. I'm over here in Europe, and they can't do nothing to me in Europe. Well, lo and behold, now... I mean, you're being prosecuted now, not just for trolling. I mean, you post something against immigrants. You post something against the government. I mean, you get banned now in Europe. That's why you don't see too many trolls coming out of Europe anymore, folks, because let's be honest, that little gravy train of Europe being able to troll Americans at will is over. It's over. Because now, I mean, let's be honest, those of you in Europe, I mean, if somebody wanted to be a real dickhead troll to you, all they would have to do is just call your government and tell them you're a subversive and you're posting all types of whatever. And lo and behold, I mean, that is really all anybody needs to do to eliminate you off the internet. And I'm trying to tell you people that is currently being done to trolls in Europe. All right? I mean, you folks, instead of worrying about your country like I always told you you should have, you decided to think that this internet ride was going to go on forever and ever. And as a result, it's affected us all. It's affecting us all now. So if you trolls are bitching, you should bitch at yourselves, because you all did this. You all did this. I warned you for years that this was going to happen. Now it's coming to pass, and it's too late, man. It's too late. Anyway, folks, we are now in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Once again, folks, I'd like to remind everybody to please spread it around. Spread it around. Spread it around like wildfire. And let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost, and if you have not done so, please follow me on Twitter, folks. The Twitter name to follow is PoliticsGhost, all one word, no underscores. PoliticsGhost is the name to follow, all right? And, of course, I'm on Gab as well, folks. I'm on Gab, which I'm looking, believe me, I'm looking for another. Look, I don't know what the hell's going on with social media anymore. I don't want to talk about it. It makes me sick. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and move on to another subject matter. We were just talking about how, unfortunately, I went on a soliloquy about Kurt Eckenwald case, but we were talking about how Israeli police arrest a suspect for bomb threats made against American Jewish centers, and lo and behold, he's a 19-year-old Israeli. Oy vey, shut it down. Anyway, let's continue on, folks. The UK Parliament attacker has been identified. Now, folks, let me tell you, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist here, but the media initially reported that this individual who did this attack on Westminster Bridge, who had the intention of attacking Parliament, they named this perpetrator someone who is I guess, Jamaican immigrant or of Jamaican descent, I believe. Comes to find out that the individual that people misidentified, supposedly, was a man that is in prison and that could not have conducted the Westminster Bridge attacks. So that was very interesting that the media was able to very quickly put out that this man was this perpetrator, in which this individual that they first identified was a very vocal, very pro-Sharia law, very pro-violent Sharia uprising, that sort of thing. But lo and behold, it wasn't this individual. He had happened to be in prison. So why was the government allowing the media to perpetuate that false narrative? I mean, you had Theresa May come out and gave a speech to Parliament in which she said, the proverbial, we're not afraid, and she claimed that the MI5 had this suspect under surveillance and they knew about this guy. If that's the case, then why did they allow the world media to identify the wrong suspect after the initial attack on Westminster Bridge? Can somebody answer me that? If MI5 and everybody knew who the hell this damn perpetrator was, why in the hell did the government and MI5, Scotland Yard, and everybody allow the media to say that this perpetrator was this Jamaican descended feller that happens to be in prison? Well, folks, they come out with a new character now, folks. They come out with a new character, and they have named a man by the name of Khalid Massoud. Khalid Massoud, British-born, 52 years old. Huh? 52 years old, really?
Over 90% of all Fortune 500 companies share one thing in common. You can find a Veridesk on their desks. Here's why. Research says sitting is the new smoking. But people who stand more and sit less say their back feels better and that they're more productive. Veridesk is crafted to last a lifetime. It's height adjustable and there's no assembly. All the details are at Veridesk.com. VARIdesk.com. The original Veridesk. Join the movement.
I mean, I don't know about you folks, but the guy that they had on camera that supposedly looked like the perpetrator they initially named, that guy didn't look 52 to me. All right, I mean, that man did not look 52. I am really, really shocked that they're claiming that this is a 52-year-old man that conducted this particular terrorist act on Parliament. There's not much else to go on There's not much else to go on other than I have no idea then what the officials are trying to say about this man. Now, we've tried to conduct a variety of different searches on anybody named Khalid Masood. We've tried to look up anybody and everybody, and the only picture that we can come up with this man that looks somewhat like the perpetrator, but was tweeting as of 7 hours today, which means that this man is not the perpetrator, is under the Twitter handle BBC_News77. If you take a look at that particular Twitter handle, once again, BBC_News77, this individual looks like the perpetrator in which they are claiming conducted this horrific terrorist attack on Westminster Bridge intended for Parliament. Now, once again, I can't find another picture of a Khalid Masood anywhere on the internet, and anyone named Khalid Masood looks nothing like the perpetrator that was filmed being worked on during the time he had been taken out by police. Once again, I strongly advise everybody to take a look at that Twitter account, BBC_News77. That is the only picture I can find of a Khalid Masood. All right? I'm trying to pick my words carefully here because I do not want anyone. I don't want anyone to think that I am inferring anything. But this doesn't ring well, folks. In my opinion, it seems to ring false flag all over it. And the reason I say this, folks, is because, first of all, the authorities claim that they had this guy under surveillance. They claimed they knew who he was and yet allowed the lamestream media to perpetuate a false narrative about somebody who wasn't even supposedly involved in this particular terrorist act. They allowed that to just go ahead and be spread all over the media. And then the next day they come out and say, well, no, we've got the guy, we know who he is, and they don't release the name until about a few hours after Theresa May makes her speech. And then they're claiming that it's this 52-year-old Khalid Masood, which looks nothing like a 52-year-old man, at least the pictures that I looked at of the man they were working on when the police took him down. And the reason I say this is a false flag, folks, is because, let's be honest, the European Union has been funding and training Al-Qaeda with NATO forces, with the United States' CIA, okay? So they're pretty much in tune with what's going on in wild Yehudiville. I mean, hell, they're the ones that brought in the wild Yehudis from all over the Islamic world and are now settling in European nations collecting welfare. So you mean to tell me that the EU and individuals within the deep state of the EU don't know these individuals or could not inspire these individuals to conduct such type of sadistic terrorism? And the only reason I'm suggesting this is because unlike other targets in which Yehudis like to inflict damage upon, this man's directive, according to all reports, was he was trying to mow down members of Parliament. And the day in which he decided to do this is typically when Parliament meets up and all comes out of Parliament together and walks down this bridge, from what I understand, or walks along this bridge, from what I understand, and that was the target. The target was the Parliament. Now, why would this Yehudi be wanting to target the Parliament? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, if anything, these Yehudis would be targeting the targets that they did in France, like they did in San Bernardino. like they did in Nice, like they did. I mean, these types of high casualty-based targets that cause the maximum amount of anguish and horror. But instead, this was a little bit different of an operation that is unusual for ISIS, because ISIS, they usually do terrorist acts for the sake of propaganda and PR. This, on the other hand, was a modus operandi-based operation on trying to take out members of Parliament, if not Theresa May herself. Theresa May was in Parliament. Now, why would these people be directing their frustration at Parliament? I mean, why are Yehudis upset at people in Parliament? Most of the people in Parliament want Yehudis in the country. Most of the members of Parliament are pro-Yehudi out here. I don't get it. It makes no sense unless the EU and its deep state apparatus inspired somebody to conduct themselves in this capacity. And the reason I'm suggesting this, folks, is because I don't see any reason why a Yehudi would be targeting the Parliament at this point, especially Britannia's Parliament. If anything, they should be going after individuals like Le Pen. I mean, if you want, real targets that the Islamic world would actually benefit from, but they don't do that. They typically ISIS targets are soft targets that are easy to get to, that are the highest casualty rate for the biggest shock and awe PR. So anyway, in my opinion, I think that this is a false flag operation, and I think it coincides with the Article 50 that is going to be implemented supposedly on March 29th. But if you want my opinion, Britannia, I don't think, I mean, look, I'll believe it when I see it, but I personally believe that Britannia may not see Article 50 on March 29th. I think that something's going to happen. They're going to kick the can down the road again, and this, I believe, was a message to Parliament. It's just my opinion, because I don't like how this government of Britannia allowed the media to perpetuate a name of an individual who was supposedly behind these attacks and then say it wasn't him, and then wait for a few hours to actually release the name of this individual, and then releases the name of this individual, and he's a 52, 53-year-old man. 52, 53-year-old man, for heaven's sake. So I'm just saying, folks, I mean, I don't like what has happened in Britannia. I don't like all the inconsistencies that are happening with this particular terrorist attack. And when you have inconsistencies, folks, you better believe that it's a conspiracy. And who's in this conspiracy? And what is a conspiracy? It is a consortium of people planning in concert a single event and compartmentalizing that event at every level so everyone has plausible deniability. And I think that's exactly what's happened here, in my view, just based upon the mumbling and stumbling of the authorities out there in Britannia relating to actually naming the schmuck. Anyway, folks, let me move on, folks. All right, we're running out of time here. Did y'all hear another Putin critic, all right, assassinated in the streets in the Ukraine? Did y'all see this? Yet another Putin critic is dead in the streets. Now, folks, wasn't I just talking about how Vladimir Putin, he has this very strong man-ish image all over the world? They all think this guy, which, let's be honest, I think he's like 5'7" and $150. All right, give me a break. All right, so, but this guy supposedly has this real hard-ass image in the international community, and yet, folks, I have told you that he's walking a very fine tightrope in his domestic politics. Many people within his own system of government don't want this man around anymore. And the reason they don't is because he's a goddamn communist thief. He's consolidated power. He's consolidated the media. He's turned the media into a state-run media. He has basically made himself the overlord of Russia, and many within the Russian system don't like that. I mean, lest we forget, folks, it was released on a variety of different medias that Vladimir Putin stole $200 billion, as in Bill Gates, $200 billion from the Russian people. And you see, that rubs a lot of people that are in the deep state of Russia, that rubs a lot of political class folk in Russia the wrong way. So to perpetuate this notion that Russia and Putin are somehow unified strong force is a falsehood, and just based upon the trail of blood and assassinations and bodies that continue to pile up as those who have any kind of criticism of Putin end up dead, this just goes to show you that Putin is desperate. All right, Putin is desperate, folks. He doesn't know whether he's coming or going, and the only reason that he's still in power in Russia is because of Mr. and Mrs. Joe Vodka out there. Mr. and Mrs. Joe Vodka love Putin. You want to know why? Because what Putin is doing, he's basically taking all the news reports about himself in America, in Europe, and relaying those same reports via his state-run media to the people of Russia, and these people of Russia are eating it up. Oh, because, you know, these Russian Ruski idiots, they love a strong leader. Oh, they circle jerk themselves drinking their vodka around a strong leader, and that is the only reason why Putin is still in power today, because he's been able to mold and shape the minds of Mr. and Mrs. Joe Vodka in Russia, and that's why you have the deep state and those that are conspiring against Putin very hesitant to make a move. They're very, very hesitant to make a move because, I mean, if Putin gets taken out, Mr. and Mrs. Joe Vodka are going to be a little upset that their little strong man that is viewed by the international community as some feared, Russian nationalist has been taken out by the Russian system. They're not going to interpret that very well. So what are people to do? They're trying to be as vocal as they can against Putin. And whenever Putin sees any kind of opposition, he goes out and he kills them. He goes out and kills them. And this shows a sign of desperation, folks. This goes to show that Putin is not as strong as he claims he is. Putin is not the strong man that the American media puts him on a pedestal to be. He is walking such a fine line in Russia because he's got two different kinds of populations that he has to appease in Russia. He's got the Russian nationalists, which he has conjured up with his propaganda, going to the Orthodox Church and all that. It's crap. It's utter crap. This guy is doing nothing more than a propaganda job on the Russian people, and they don't even know it. They don't even know it. And then he's got to appease the Muslim contingent in Russia. Folks, there is a huge Muslim contingent in Russia, and he is walking that fine line, that fine tightrope in his domestic politics to keep these two factions behind him. Because without these two factions of domestic populations behind him, the damn state, the deep state of Russia will take this idiot out. And if you want my personal opinion, I said this yesterday, I don't think Russia will allow, or at least the people inside the Russian deep state apparatus, I don't think they're going to let Putin continue on much longer, if you want my opinion. I think that Putin will be lucky if he makes it to 2018 alive. And the reason I'm suggesting this is not because anyone from the CIA or any kind of deep state foreign government is going to take out Putin. I personally believe that the state of Russia The deep state of Russia is going to heart attack this guy. They're going to make it look like an accident that he died. I wouldn't be surprised if his plane goes down, something to that capacity, because there are too many people within the government of Russia that cannot stand Vladimir Putin. They think he's an utter, disgusting communist tyrant. They think that he's a hypocrite when he's in 1 minute talking about the worker and taking care of the modern everyday vodka-drinking Ruski, and the next minute he's stealing $200 billion and putting it in his own bank account. $200 billion and putting it in his own bank account, for Christ's sake. Give me a break. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm telling you this right now. I will be surprised if Putin makes it through the year. He's assassinating way too many people for anyone to just overlook. All right? There's too much blood, too many bodies. He's going to go. I don't give him more than a year. I think they're going to suicide this guy. They're going to blow his plane up. I mean, the Russian governing apparatus, the deep state apparatus, they do not like Putin. They think he's a hypocrite. He's a freaking lying piece of trash. They don't like him. So, once again, this is a prognostication. I don't think Putin will make it through the year. I think that he will. And listen, if he somehow escapes assassination, well, then obviously, he's going to survive. But I think that there's going to be a couple attempts at his life within this year. There already was one prior to the election. Y'all remember when his favorite chauffeur miraculously got assassinated on his way to pick the guy up? Y'all remember that? So once again, I think that Putin will not make it throughout this year, and that's from my personal contacts within the FSB. I don't think he's going to make it throughout the year. And that's why he is so desperate, and he's ramping up the assassinations. That's why he axed 10 generals, all right? That's why he is literally in defense mode. So anyway, folks, that's my view on Russia. Once again, he kills some vocal member of parliament in the streets of the Ukraine, guns him down, dead. I mean, how many more people have to be assassinated before people realize that the strong man that the American media builds up Vladimir Putin to be is nothing more than a falsehood? It's a lie. It is a house of cards. I mean, especially when you have America claiming that Russia had so much impact on our elections and on our way of life and so on and so forth. I mean, you don't think that the Russian people, Mr. and Mrs. Joe Vodka out there, you don't think they're like, yes, Mother Russia. Look at Putin, they are making the Mother Russia. You know, I mean, give me a break. You know, Putin making Mother Russia. I don't know how these stupid, I don't even want to talk like a Ruski. I hate Ruskis. I don't like Ruskis. I'm sorry. I don't like these mouth-breathing, vodka-drinking, bug-eyed morons. I don't like them. And you want to know why I don't like them? These are the same people that invented serfdom, lest we forget, okay? Serfdom is below slavery, all right? And I know that's kind of hard for people to believe. Like, man, baby, there's something below slavery, baby? Yes, there's something below slavery. It's serfdom, and these morons lived it for thousands of years. And then when they had the time to make a revolution to get rid of the Tsar dynasty, what did these stupid vodka-drinking Ruskies do? Yeah, they overthrew the Tsar dynasty, and yeah, they attempted to try to implement some level of democratic socialism, but instead what happened? They allowed the Bolsheviks to just completely take control of the democratic socialists and have the communists take control of the nation. And then what did the Ruskies do? They just sat there and took communism for all throughout the 20th century. And the reason I hate Ruskies, folks, the reason I don't like Russians, I'm going to be honest with you. The reason I don't like Ruskies is because they have conditioned themselves through their own mentality to internalize their true feelings, their true motivations on the inside. And on the outside, they can sit here and portray anything like some sociopath, like some sadistic, crazy maniac. For instance, one of the things that the Russians love to do is they would love to be such patriotic commies, and they would put Workers of the World Unite signs outside of their house and be pro-Stalin and this and that. Deep down inside, they never liked Stalin. Deep down inside, they wish Stalin was dead. Deep down inside, they knew that communism didn't work and it was a disaster. But because these people didn't want any trouble, no trouble, I don't want any trouble. These people internalize their true motivations and just play a charade at face value. And they've done that for so many generations, so many goddamn generations, that it's just now inherited in the goddamn genetic Russian gene pool. I'm not joking around. And I don't trust these freaking Ruskies. I don't trust them. I don't trust these freaking Ruskies, man. I never have, and I never will. Neither did General Patton. General Patton didn't trust these Ruskies either. And I don't blame them, boy. I don't blame them. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, let me just go ahead and right off the hot wire. I'm sorry, right off Drudge here. NSA to provide smoking gun proof. Obama spied on Trump. Here it is. Look at that. How was that? There it is right there. I told you these people were lying. Look on that Twitter. I just retweeted. I told you these people were lying. I told you. I told you Comey was lying. I told you that it was a collusion between Comey and the House Intelligence Committee so that they could show a political theater, so that the lamestream media can propagandize this idea that somehow Comey debunked Donald Trump's claims of wiretapping, which he did nothing but lie. James Comey lied. So did the House Intelligence Committee. So did the lamestream media. They all lied to the American people, and now their lies are coming back to haunt them, folks. Now their lies are coming back to haunt them. I'm sorry to go off topic here, but this was just tweeted at me. I'm telling you this right now. It's about time. It's about time that the truth comes out. And on top of which, before I get on with the next subject, take a look at Lou Dobbs. Lou Dobbs knows what it's all about. Take a look at this. Do you believe Speaker Ryan should step down if the health care bill doesn't pass? Of course he should step down. Are you joking? It proves his incompetence of leadership. It proves that he cannot get the party together in unison to vote on one single policy. I mean, Jesus Christ, lest we forget, the Republicans dominate the Congress. The Republicans dominate the Congress. There should be no reason why Paul Ryan can't goddamn pass this bill, regardless of what's in it. So, in my view, folks, of course, Paul Ryan should step down. And you see, prognosticator strikes again. I talk about Paul Ryan's political career being on the line, and Lou Dobbs, about an hour ago, a little less than an hour ago, putting out a poll. All right, that's what I'm saying, baby. All right, I give you the straight political dope here, baby. All right, that's what it's all about. Anyway, let me move on, folks, because we're running out of time here. Did y'all hear that the Belgians thwarted a car attack a day after the London attacks? Did y'all hear this? They had actually prevented an attack in Belgium in which somebody was attempting to try to ram a crowd, and when they finally stopped this car and got the perpetrator out, they found guns, they found all kinds of weapons, all kinds of terrorist utensils, so that this man could inflict as much damage as he possibly can to the individuals in Belgium, folks. I mean, the religion of peace strikes again, folks. I mean, how long are we going to accept this? You know, and you know, I'd like to talk to my European mates for a second. What you all should be doing is not blaming Islam. And I'm saying this not to say that Islam is not at fault. I mean, there are a bunch of wild Yehudis that are, for whatever reason, not cohesive with Western civilization. But who caused the problem? Who brought the problem into your countries? The EU, the socialist leftist who bamboozled you through political romanticism, who bamboozled you with nice, kind, liberal words, that brought in the problem. It is the EU, folks, that everybody in Europe should blame for this Islamic terrorist problem that is now plaguing the nations of Europe. I mean, folks, think about this for a second. For all you folks that are in Europe, think about this for a second. The EU brings in the problem. Now, why would the EU bring in the problem? Folks, they bring in the problem so they can incrementally assert totalitarianism on you without you blaming the politicians that brought in the problem to begin with. Do you understand me? This means that the EU always wanted to put all its member states into a totalitarian-like rule. But they couldn't openly do that to the European nation states because the citizenry of most of the European Union nation states were anesthetized with socialist leftism. They were anesthetized with this idea of political romanticism, this idea that you can retire at 40, that you can work 4 days a week, you can take 3-hour lunches, this whole socialistic utopia. There's no way that the European Union could assert totalitarianism on a population of mesmerized socialists? No, they have to use a tool in which that tool can suppress the citizenry. They can suppress the citizenry in fear, and then the state can utilize that problem to justify totalitarianism on its citizenry. Do you understand that the socialists and the leftists of Europe, the socialist, communist, and leftist of America have made a partnership with radical Islam? And that partnership is this. They are going to let radical Islam come into Western civilization so that they can destroy it. Because remember, the leftists hate Western civilization. The leftists hate what we've built. The leftists hate America. They hate Europe. So any group that is going to help deconstruct and destroy Western civilization, these godless, soulless leftists are going to align themselves with, and that's who they've aligned themselves with. They've aligned themselves with radical Islam so that they can bring in the problem to Europe. And when the people of Europe now are crying, they're being raped, they're being bludgeoned, they're being suppressed, they're being violated. Who are they crying to for help? Who are the people of Europe crying to for help? They're crying to their governments. They're crying to the leftist who brought in the problem without blaming the leftist who brought in the problem. And that's who you Europeans need to be blaming. You need to be blaming the cause of the problem. And the cause of the problem are the socialist leftists, are the bureaucrats that bamboozled you, into political romanticism, into believing that this cultural enrichment idea, that this multiculturalism idea was somehow going to benefit the progress of Europe. These are the people that Europe should be blaming. And not to mention, folks, the Merkels, the Hollands, the Junckers, these disgusting globalist European Union bureaucrats, on top of selling out their own citizenry, on top of bringing in the Islamic radical problem into their own borders, they have put this maniac, Erdogan, the leader of Turkey, in a position to dictate the fate of Europe. Do you understand what I just said to you, folks? Merkel, the European Union, NATO, they put Erdogan in a position to dictate the fate of Europe. Now the fate of Europe is in the hands of some Turkish maniac. And you can thank the European Union, you can thank the goddamn NATO, you can thank all these globalist bureaucrats for allowing Erdogan to be put in a position to dictate the fate of Europe. So I call on my European brethren, don't get me wrong, be upset at Islam, be upset at the fact that radical Islam cannot assimilate into Western civilization. Be upset that there are a lot of wild Yehudis populating your countries, but vent your frustration at the European Union. Vent your frustration at the EU, NATO, and these international institutions that put Turkish leader Erdogan in a position to dictate the fate of Europe. And Erdogan now is promising to invade Europe. Remember, prior to the London attack on Westminster Bridge, Erdogan called for blood on the streets of Europe. And then once the attack happened, he tried to act as if he was sorry about it. And then today, he called once again blood on the streets in Europe. This idiot is a maniac, and as far as I'm concerned, he needs to be killed. Erdogan. I'm sorry. This man needs to be assassinated and killed because this maniac actually believes that he is going to usurp the whole Islamic decentralization and re-centralize it under the Ottoman Empire, folks. That's what I've always said Erdogan's modus operandi is to reunify the Ottoman Empire, and that's exactly what he's doing at this point in time. And he is utilizing radicalist, fundamentalist Islam to do it. So once again, folks, blame the EU, blame NATO, blame Merkel, blame Hollande, blame these people for bringing in the problem to your country. Because within a matter of 15 years, folks, these socialist leftists have brought in a problem that Europe will have to deal with for the next 100 years. Let me remind you that one more again. Within 15 years, the leftists in the socialist governments of Europe have brought in a problem that the people of Europe will have to deal with for the next 100 years. Unfreaking believable. Unfreaking believable, man. I'm just saying, man. I mean, this just pisses me off. And you know what? Let's move on to another subject because we're running out of time here. You want to know what else pisses me off? Just communism and socialism in general. Did you all see what happened in Venezuela, for Christ's sake? I mean, this son of a bitch, Maduro, Nicolas Maduro, who took control of the communist government of Venezuela from the deceased former leader Hugo Chavez. I mean, this asshole Nicolas Maduro, I mean, he proves how disconnected bureaucratic communist socialists can be from the people. For you folks that are unaware, Venezuela is under a major food crisis. And the reason they're under a major food crisis, folks, is because they're a socialist communist country. And the socialist and communist within the system budgeted accordingly based upon projections of their main natural resource, which is oil, based upon projections at $100 plus barrels of oil. So when the barrel of oil was at $100 plus, these morons in the communist government of Venezuela, these morons budgeted according to future projections of $100 plus barrel of oil. And you see, that's what the people of Venezuela get for relinquishing their own individual rights, their own individual political, economic, and social rights, and giving it to the government of, at the time, Hugo Chavez, now Nicolas Maduro. Now, folks, because they misallocated resources, I'm talking about the communist government of Venezuela, not only do they have a major food shortage because there's not enough money to buy enough food to suffice the population, They don't even have enough electrical output to suffice the energy resources that need to electrify the cities. They don't even have any medical resources allocated to save the people that are sick within their country. Folks, this is how incompetent and ridiculous communist and socialist governments are. These idiots within this government allocated resources based upon projections of $100+ barrels of oil. And now that a barrel of oil right now is at $47, and it was even lower before that, Venezuela is in a serious bind because they can't come up with the money sufficient enough to be able to outfit their government to appropriately care for their people. Now, with that being said, folks, they're having a major food crisis. They're calling this food fascism, what Venezuela is implementing. I have said many times before that people in Venezuela have already eaten all their dogs and cats because they were starving. They already ate most of the jungle animals like anteaters and anything else they can find in their rural areas. They have gone and resorted to eating garbage out of landfills, folks. I'm not even joking. These people are eating garbage now. And you know what Maduro did? Nicolas Maduro decided that he was going to help the people and talk to the people, just like a goddamn communist. Talk. He decided to go on live television and actually take questions from people in the audience, okay? And I'm going to read this to you because this is right out of Reuters, Caracas, all right? A single mom tells Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro on live television that she cannot afford to adequately feed her 4 kids. And you know what this bastard does? He quickly changes the subject and jokes about her foreign-sounding name, Joandry Smith, and completely doesn't even answer the question of this starving woman and her 4 children. Instead, tries to play chummy bureaucrat about it and make fun of this woman's name. Another girl complains that hungry classmates are fainting at school, and Maduro chides her for not doing more for them. I mean, can you believe the soullessness of this communist fat bastard? This guy's fat. Have you seen Maduro? I mean, is there anything more insulting than your leader being fat in the ass while you are starving, for Christ's sake? You know, a boy was in the same audience, said that he missed a big soccer game because he was hospitalized. So Maduro recommends that he should go search for it on YouTube. I mean, I'm not even joking around. I mean, this is the most disgusting form of communism, socialism that needs to be shoved in the faces of all these social justice warriors, of all these leftists, of all these liberals. This is what the people of Venezuela have to put up with, and there's nothing they can do about it. There's nothing they can do about it. And I'm telling you, I am shocked. I am shocked, and that these leftists can be so soulless. But it goes back to what I've been telling you about dialectic materialism, which is the philosophy. It's the philosophy of communism and socialism. They don't care about humanity under dialectic materialism. Humanity is nothing more than a material in the way of progressing the Hegelian dialectic at a more rapid, faster development. That's why Maduro can laugh at somebody who's starving and her children are starving. You know what I'm saying? I'm not joking around.
Calling the beautifully redesigned 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA simply a 4-door coupe is like describing a world-class athlete as just a good runner. With its sleek profile and powerful turbocharged engine, the CLA offers agility and design that are unmatched in its class, and it's available now at an exceptional price. Why drive any four-door coupe when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA? Visit MBUSA.com/CLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Hi, I'm a helpful Southern California Honda person, and recently we've been doing random acts of helpfulness. Like decorating a children's hospital, helping a mom get a tutor for her son, and even replacing stolen tools from a car break-in. And right now, during the Honda Dream Garage sales event, we can help you too with a great deal on an award-winning Honda. Like the Accord, a 2017 Car and Driver 10 Best a record 31 times. Click the dealer locator link to find a dealer near you, and go to SoCalHondaDealers.com to suggest a random act of helpfulness for someone you know. Car and Driver, January 2017.
I don't know what else leftists have to be put forth in their faces to realize that socialism is really a disgusting, despicable allocation of centralization of power, and that it robs everybody who is in socialism or communism their own individuality, their own liberty, their own freedom. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let me move on, folks, and I just want to go through this particular subject matter really quick. What is it with this lamestream media now pushing for child sex dolls, for child sex offenders for therapy? What? I mean, only in leftist goddamn freaking Western civilization would this even be conceived as a viable concept. Oh, damn. Child sex dolls for pedophile therapy? Are you kidding me? You've got to be kidding me. Child sex dolls for pedophiles? I mean, what kind of a world are we coming into? What kind of a world for Christ? Oh, God. Oh, my God. And this is being pushed by the left media. This is being pushed by the far left media. And the FBI has the audacity to sit out there on the damn House Intelligence Committee goddamn panel and say that far-right websites are being investigated by the FBI, that far-right websites are being investigated by the FBI. But you've got left-wing rag of media justifying child sex dolls for pedophile therapy? Are you joking? Good? Oh, I mean, are we insane? Oh, God, man. What is going on with this country? Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Let me tell you something. If you are a pedophile, you should be dead. Do you understand me? If you are a pedophile, you should be killed. Do you understand me? You don't need no goddamn therapy. You need a bullet in your head, pedophiles. Child sex doll therapy for pedophiles. I've heard it all now, man. I've heard it all. Jesus Christ. You know what? I'm done. After that, I can't. And the only reason I brought that up is because Stefan Molyneux actually tweeted something, and I could not believe that he linked up to an actual media in which they are justifying child sex dolls as a means of pedophile therapy. I've never heard of such a thing in my life. I think it's disgusting, and as I stated, if you're a goddamn pedophile, you should be killed. Do you understand me? You should be killed. Anyway, folks, let me go ahead and get to. Look, I'm just tired. I'm tired of this stuff. I mean, it's just overwhelming, man. I'm telling you, it's overwhelming. Anyway, we got about 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and get to a short portion of everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, and I'm talking about Radio Graffiti. That's right, folks. Radio Graffiti, the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you've got to do is give me a call right now, 516-453-9903. And when I call on your area code, you've got exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. That's why we call this Radio Graffiti, all right? And look, we got about 10 minutes of it. That's all there is to it. That's all we need. If you want more Radio Graffiti, we have the Saturday Night Troll Show happening exclusively for the trolls, all right? Every Saturday night, 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, so you can go and get your rocks off there. And mind you, folks, there's only like 4 more slots available in the inner circle, so if you're interested in that, go to ghost.market. Type ghost.market in your browser, and much props to the Inner Circle. What's going on to the Inner Circle chat room, as a matter of fact? And if you have just bought Inner Circle slots, I will process your order tonight and make sure that you get access to the Inner Circle chat room, baby. You understand? I mean, we're conducting ourselves in some very, very deep conversations on a consistent basis, and it's fun as hell. I love it. I love the Inner Circle. Love you guys, man. Anyway, do we got any goddamn Radio Graffiti callers, engineer? All right, well, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, and I'm talking about Radio Graffiti right now. We got anonymous Radio Graffiti. We've got Escalators 420, Radio Graffiti. I am the hardest jerking man on the internet today, asshole. Don't you understand me? I jerk the cartoons and whatnot 5 days a week for 3 hours a day. Let's go ahead and start jerking right now. Woo! You son of a bitch. Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. You guys are a bunch of perverts, man. Guys are a goddamn bunch of perverts. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. I tell you, you guys are a bunch of goddamn perverts. I'll tell you that right damn now. We got anonymous Radio Goddamn Graffiti. Guys are a goddamn... Well, you're too late. Get it straight, you ass crack, all right? Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Goddamn perverts. I'll tell you that right damn now. We got anonymous Radio Goddamn Graffiti. Guys are a goddamn... Well, you're too late. Get it. What the heck? I just said that, man. I just freaking said that. Freaking internet butt-stalking bastards. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
This is Sparta Radio Graffiti.
This is True Misery Radio. True Misery Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of putting money over his friends and family.
Give him alcoholism and give him unhappiness.
Christ, you know what? Give me my drink. Give me my drink.
Broadcasting from his lonely home in deserted San Antonio, Texas.
Look, buddy, look, this is not a joke to me, okay? This is not a joke. Listen to me. Let me explain something here, okay? If Mr. Fortune Cookie wins, then I'm going to have to do goddamn Radio Graffiti for 30 or 40 minutes a day, every goddamn day. And you know what? We get it. Jesus Christ, we get it. Shove it up your ass. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. You're crazy. Radio Graffiti. No strangers to us, you know the rules and so radical blasphemy crap out of here. What the hell was that? Freaking vibrator, for Christ's sake. Anonymous radio graffiti.
Need a dispenser here. Need a dispenser here. Need a dispenser here.
Shut up. Shut up. 352 radio graffiti. We got 8 people radio fucking graffiti. Ghost wife is a MILF. No! Ghost wife is a MILF. Ghost wife is a MILF. No! Ghost wife is a MILF. Ghost wife is a MILF. No! Ghost wife is a MILF. Ghost wife is a MILF. No! Ghost. And shut the hell up, you son of a... Shut up! Good God, man, how many remixes are out there in the internets of yours truly out here today? Oh, God, man, how many goddamn... Give me the mic. Give me the damn mic. Jesus Christ, man. Look, I'm glad there's only 3.5 minutes left on this freaking broadcast, for heaven's sake. Anonymous radio graffiti.
I transform into pain is cupcake. Love and tolerate my ass. I am pain is cupcake. I am pain is cupcake. I am pain is cupcake. I will eat you. I am pain is cupcake. I am pain is cupcake. I am pain is cupcake. I will eat you. I am pain is cupcake.
But what the hell? What am I supposed to say to that crap? What am I supposed to... Anonymous radio graffiti.
Need a dispenser here. Need a dispenser here. Need a dispenser here.
Shut up. Shut up. Good God, man. Anonymous radio graffiti.
Need a dispenser here. Need a dispenser here.
Look, shut up with your dispenser and shove your dispenser up your ass. Anonymous radio graffiti.
HKDM.
Oh, yeah, well, great. I'm very proud of you, you stupid milky liquor. Now go kill yourself. Anonymous radio graffiti. Oh, great. Another Helen Keller death mute. Your mother should be proud, you stupid milky licking piece of nipple clamp loving, butt plug up the ass looking, no goddamn personality having trash. Jesus Christ. Anonymous radio graffiti. Helen Keller death mute radio graffiti. Look, shut up, man. That's not funny. Shut up. Anonymous radio graffiti.
Need a dispenser here. Need a dispenser here.
Shut up. Shut up with the dispenser. Shut up. Anonymous radio graffiti. Oh, Jesus. Why are you calling? Why are you calling? Anonymous radio graffiti. Was that? We can't end on that, for Christ's sake, fruiting up the place. Anonymous radio graffiti. Tyson Rocket radio graffiti. Double dip, 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 with the goddamn shit. Double dip, 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 with the goddamn shit. Double dip, double. God damn it, you son of a... Don't make fun of me getting double dipped, you son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! You won't be lucky if I'm here for Bowler Friday tomorrow! You son